Match number 9 would see a very unique match as Tim Lee would take on his inner demons, his inner workings, his just the darkness inside. Dark Tim Lee. Now, I don't know how this one panned out, but hey ho, here we go. Dark Tim Lee would chop Tim Lee. Some light tubes over the head of Tim Lee. This man will do anything to entertain the fans. You'd see Dark Tim Lee. Tim Lee would choke slam. Dark Tim Lee would choke slam Tim Lee onto the light tubes for a 2 count. He'd then power bomb him. Tim Lee would throw Dark Tim Lee through some wood in the corner. He'd lie Dark Tim Lee on the forks. He'd go up the top rope. He'd hit a moonsault off the top for a 2 count. He'd then power bomb Dark Tim Lee through the glass for another on the corner of the turnbuckle for another near fall. Eventually, you'd see Tim Lee would hit Dark Tim Lee with some kendo sticks. Low blow to Dark Tim Lee. Dark Tim Lee would then drag poor old Mark Benson into the ring. Don't know how that panned out. Not too many notes on that one. Tim Lee would then hit Dark Tim Lee over the head against the wooden boards and ring to pick up the win. Over just like that. I mean, just like that. So Tim Lee victorious over his inner demons. If only we could all say the same thing. I can imagine this unique match probably entertained and thrilled the fans. It was certainly one for the record books. I can't, obviously not being there, I cannot say how this one actually truly went. But it's always fun to see someone fighting with themselves. I know when I have a battle in the mirror, I usually end up losing. So Tim Lee may have been victorious over Dark Tim Lee, but at the end of the day, when you're fighting with yourself, can you really be victorious? If you ever get a chance to see the highly entertaining, charismatic Tim Lee in action, willing to bleed for the entertainment of the fans and put on unique scenarios like this, I thoroughly recommend you do so for yourselves.